Hi, I'm Rob Hughes, Head of Wireless Marketing at Fujitsu Network Communications. We're here in Barcelona for Mobile World Congress. It is the last day. It's been a fantastic week meeting with lots of customers and getting lots of good feedback. I'm joined here today by Mark Atkinson, who is Head of RAN at Nokia, and with Patrick Erickson, who is Head of the RU business at Fujitsu Network Communications. So Mark, I think both of our companies have done quite a lot of work with multi-vendor Open RAN networks over the past few years. What's your perspective of the state of the industry with regard to Open RAN?
As we've seen, there are a lot of companies who could do Open RAN, and not everybody has embraced it in the same way as our two companies have. Since 2020, we've been engaged deeply in the standardization efforts to open up interfaces, make it possible for companies like Nokia and Fujitsu to collaborate together. The key learning for me, though, has been that there's no plug and play in Open RAN. There's an integration challenge that we have to work through, and then there are normal partnership, relationship agreements that we have to get into place to make this work seamlessly between us.
Yeah, exactly. And Patrick, I mean, we've been working with Open RAN since 5-6 years now. From your perspective, what has changed in the industry during that time period?
I think it's the maturity of the integration process. When we started out initially, it was very unpredictable in terms of effort and lead time. But I think now those companies that have worked with commercial deployments and get real products to field in this area, like Nokia and ourselves, we have matured the processes, the ways of working, and also the automation for how to handle this integration process. So now I would say it's getting pretty streamlined and very predictable, which is of course a great comfort for the operators as well.
Absolutely. So, Patrick spoke a little bit about integration, and I think now that we've been working together on a few real-world commercial deployments, we've had some success. What do you, in your mind, is the key to success in Open RAN?
From the offset, we've both been working with Docomo in Japan, and of course they did a lot of R&D work on behalf of the industry to mature the interfaces. The Deutsche Telekom case that we won collectively in Germany with more than 3,000 sites, though, is a poster child for Open RAN, where Nokia and Fujitsu have collaborated to bring the Fujitsu radio together with the Nokia baseband and with other Nokia radios as a collective system. And the great thing is that this is invisible to the customer. So they see a well-performing base station with baseband capabilities which work the same way across the radio units.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's a very good point. I think a lot of operators are really want to make sure that they continue to have the high performance they're used to. What's been your experience, Patrick? How are Open RAN networks performing?
I think it's performing really well. I think that if you compare with single RAN, I actually don't think we see any performance degradations. We don't have any comments from the customers in the commercial deployments that we have done where we've had any complaints on KPIs or network performance, basically. So I think, having said that, of course, Cat A is today more mature, so the classic radios. Massive MIMO is just starting, so I think we have some learnings to do there in the integration process and performance, verification of performance and so on before we are fully there. But definitely Class A, I would say today, is not really a challenge from a performance perspective.
Yeah, excellent. And has that been your experience as well? I mean, what are you finding in terms of performance results and the kinds of testing that you guys have been doing?
Performance results have been good. I think complexity comes when we bring baseband releases on a regular cycle, and of course the radios have to match the software capabilities. So think of energy saving capabilities like micro DTX in the radio, and of course that works very closely with the scheduler in the baseband side. So we have to align a lot of our roadmaps, features, functionality, not as a one-time effort, but as a continuous effort. How we've mastered this in the case of Deutsche Telekom and together with Fujitsu is we actually take Fujitsu radios into Nokia labs and make them part of our environment. Of course, that's maybe not how Open RAN was thought at the beginning, where an operator would take care of all the integration complexities themselves, but has the benefit that they can guarantee a quality of service and a well-performing system, both in terms of performance and efficiency.
Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping by the booth. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Patrick, thank you.
All right.